Welcome back to Typevolution. Here's Olympia, this time with a recorded coaching session with one of my clients who was very kind to allow me to share this. So I decided to share this recording because we were talking about sexual self-preservation 9-wing-8 limiting beliefs. I realized that this is very, very common, as I said, for sexual nines. And in this recording, we go through some of the limiting beliefs and how you can transform them into the light or positive side. Unfortunately, I didn't record the entire session. This is only a sneak peek from it. Before that, we were discussing, or rather, I was explaining the sexual instinct in particular and how the sexual instinct is basically about creation. So, in the most common sense, that would be procreation, as you might already be able to assume, based on two forces coming together and creating new life. But this is not always possible. Sometimes we are on our own and then we still need to create something. So, this is where the sexual instinct finds its purpose. And when it comes to type 9 in the Enneagram, all main limiting beliefs tend to revolve around the desire not to disrupt harmony or peace. And it can be harmony or peace in the external environment or just on the internal. So then we need to unravel those limiting beliefs and gain some kind of agency back. So I think this recording will be especially helpful for anyone who is a sexual 9 in the Enneagram, but also anyone who has some kind of stronger 9 connection or a sexual instinct in the first or second spot. It doesn't necessarily have to be just in the first spot. Okay, enjoy! Okay, so just a short recap. So we focused on the feeling of loneliness and emptiness and how we can improve that. And we looked at, okay, so what makes you feel like you are creating? And you mostly feel that at work and uni, so that's fulfilling for you, but we are trying to find a way so you can feel more fulfilled also after work or uni. And right now it's still a bit unclear what you could do perhaps, but it looks as if you don't have anything to create in your free time, then it would be related to dating and relationships. But in order to improve that aspect, you also need to improve certain aspects about yourself. So then we went to a common type 9 problem, which in your case is related to communication. And we've talked about 4 or 3 main disempowering or negative beliefs you have about communication. So the first one was scared of giving a part of myself. And the background, like the origin of that, was your first relationship where you were overly giving and overly clingy and desperate. And that made you scared. And then we wrote down the transformed belief is when I give, I will receive. You can even go so far and to say it's like a principle of the universe or something like that, if that helps you. And if I don't receive, I give to myself. And then the second one was my opinion is not important to others. So we are currently working on this one still. But yeah, so the origin was probably your parents that overshadowed your opinion or discouraged your opinion. At that point, I want to clarify that I don't necessarily believe Enneagram type is just nurture, just that you get it when you are growing up in a certain childhood environment. However, your childhood does impact how much certain type-related Enneagram issues will be exacerbated or made worse or triggered. So that's why looking at childhood can still be interesting to see where your unhealthy Enneagram coping mechanisms have been triggered or worsened. More. So I wrote down my opinion is important because I want to stand for what matters to me. What do you think about that one?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Okay. Do you think you can believe this?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a belief, but it's already in me.
Okay.
So
okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would say the problem is when things are not really or very important, then I'll just let it slide. I'll just leave it.
Yeah. Well, the problem with that is obviously, well, okay, you can tell me actually, like, what do you think is the problem with that?
The
Like, what happens when you let things slide that you wanted to mention?
then it would worsen or it would feed to that belief of my opinion is not important to others.
Oh yeah, that's actually a good point. Yeah, exactly.
Spot on.
Yeah, it's kind of like a vicious cycle. It's like, you.
Yeah, it feeds on it.
Yeah, it really feeds that. So it starts off, you think your opinion is not important to you, then you don't voice it, and then it becomes kind of unimportant in the world, at least. Yeah, okay, so that's a good one. Okay, yeah, my opinion is important because, yeah, I want to stand for what matters to me because, yeah, I don't want it to become unimportant. It matters. And because, yeah, your life is gonna get worse, obviously, because, yeah, you're not gonna be able to live the kind of life you actually want, or that's actually suited to what you want or to your feelings. Okay, let's do the last one. The last thing we had was, I think, the fear of not getting anything back.
Yeah.
Where do you think this came from?
I would say it's the same with the first one, quite the same. I would say it's from the first relationship.
Okay. So she didn't give anything back, basically, or not enough?
Yeah, say that.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay. So it was. Oh, yeah, it was a crush. You said. So it was.
Yeah, it's a crush. It's not a relationship.
Okay.
And can I add to that as well? And I kind of also like developed a mindset at that time because I was like feeling so bad about it. So I kind of developed this mindset that I need to be the best, or I'm working towards being the best so that no one can deny me anymore or no one can reject me anymore.
Yeah.
And I would say I still have this mindset currently. So it's kind of like what drives me or what motivates me.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it related to communication as well?
I wouldn't say it's related to communication, but motivation or fulfillment.
Yeah, we can maybe talk about this more for next time.
Yeah.
Or actually like an exercise for you. How this belief might actually be problematic. Because it has also good aspects about it, but it can also be limiting in other ways, right? So yeah, before we go there, I would still like to finish this little thing, and then okay. So fear of not getting anything back. So okay, so you didn't get anything back when you had this crush.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would be the transformed belief? Like, how can you improve it? It's kind of like the first one.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Or similar. So yeah, maybe like it's like when I give, I'll receive.
Actually, I would put an even like a different spin on it as well. I would say let's not copy the first one. I think we can do something new here. That you are fine even if you don't get anything back. Now, of course, it matters.
So it's like not depending on whether they give it back or not, but it's because I want to do this thing, then I will do this thing. So yeah. I don't know how to summarize that.
Yeah, I'm writing something down.
Okay.
So I wrote down, my happiness doesn't depend on whether someone gives me something. My happiness depends on myself.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
self-love.
Yeah. So that could help with the fear. Okay. All right. So we are already close to the end, but I think these were some good things where you said you have this belief that you have to improve yourself or you have to be perfect or something.
Be the best.
Be the best. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before you can have a relationship or just in
I
general.
would say to attract. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is, okay, I'm just gonna say it now because I actually would like to also do a different exercise. We can just edit here. So belief of I have to be the best before I can attract my partner or something like that. Okay, I'm just gonna write down.
Yeah.
So I have to be the best before I can attract my partner. That's another limiting belief in a way. So yeah, there's different reasons why you think so. I think it's probably related also to your Enneagram again. Like I think because of your type 3 connection. Like 3 usually wants to, have is like an overachiever basically. Yeah. So I think it's also related to some kind of attachment anxiety. I've read recently that people with an insecure attachment, they tend to believe they have to do something or like have completed themselves first before they're ready for someone or something like that.
Yeah.
This is also quite common. Okay, anyway, so how do you think this is limiting you? Do you have any idea?
Or maybe like I'm putting too much pressure on myself.
Yeah.
Like if I'm not the best, then I would feel bad.
Yeah. Right. So that part, and also from the relationship angle, I mean, okay, very generally, until you die, you can improve yourself. It's like it never ends.
True. Yeah, I know.
There's always gonna be something else you have to or want to improve. So if you really always focus on that, then
I'll never settle.
Yeah, then you will never have a relationship, basically.
Yeah.
It's, of course, certain things need to be met so you can have a relationship, but at the same time, it can just be enough to be on the path, and then sharing that path. Because it never ends, and that, well, it ends when you die, I suppose. But yeah, so
but wouldn't it like be good if we have the same goal or we chase the same thing?
Yeah, that can help. Yeah. So basically, if you want to be the best or in something or in general, then someone else who is on the same wavelength there, who also wants to do the same, so you can grow together. So that's how it would work. But yeah, so the limiting thing is, it makes you feel bad and like it makes you feel pressured, and also it keeps you from having a partner almost forever, So how can you transform this? I think we already said it, but can you say it again, maybe?
I don't need to always look for the best because there's no limit for how much I can grow in life.
So you said I have to be the best before I can attract my partner, and then there's no limit for how much I can grow. I can find a partner who's on the same path as me at any point. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, but I noticed you are starting to get the hang of it. You're starting to, like now you can come up with all the other limiting beliefs. In the beginning, it was only 2. Yeah. Okay, we can talk more about those beliefs next time, and we can also talk about, basically the next step would be what kind of action you could take in your life to manifest that, or to make that happen. Yeah. So yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'll see
That's it
you
for today.
next week.
Yeah. Until next week.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.